Changes in hydration status associated with exercise or fluid restriction can be accurately assessed using MFBIA. This tool would be very useful. Body composition measurements were conducted typically on Mondays, 2 days after the last competition, when it was presumed that the subject would be fully rehydrated from the previous attempt by cutting weight, but before the next week weight loss cycle. Body composition measurements were taken after a 2-hour fast and before exercise to avoid the effects of food and liquids in the stomach and the acute increases in body temperature and fluid loss associated with exercise. Urine samples were collected immediately before each body composition measurement to verify hydration status through U-OSM and USG. Subjects' underwater weights were measured and repeated until 3 consistent weights were obtained within 0.1 kilogram. Residual lung volumes were estimated using the oxygen dilution technique. Percent body fat, BF percentage, was calculated using Grosnett's equation. BF percent equals parentheses 4.57 divided by DB minus 4.142 and parentheses times 100. Nutritional intake. The subjects recorded their food and fluid intake for 2 one-week periods. Week 1 was before the first meet, and week 2 proceeded the conference meet at the end of the season. Subjects recorded everything they ate and drank, including snacks, nutritional supplements, medications, and alcohol for 7 consecutive days. Subjects were given instructions for recording food and a visual guide for estimating portion sizes and were encouraged to read labels and then record foods as they ate. Rather than relying on memory, subjects were also given reminders and extra opportunities to ask questions of the investigator, who was a student athletic trainer with the team, and had their food records briefly checked for completion during the record-keeping period to enhance accuracy. Diets were analyzed using NutriQuest diet analysis program, which estimates the macronutrients and 21 vitamins and minerals for approximately 4,000 foods obtained by the United States Department of Agriculture (USDA) database. The program is written by Dr. Virginia Lee Mermel and produced by McGraw-Hill Publishers. Urine analysis. Hydration status was determined for 5 days during the food recorded period to appreciate the contribution of dehydration to making weight. Urine samples were collected before each practice from Monday through Friday and analyzed using by U-OSM and USG. The U-OSM is determined by the number of osmotically active particles in the solution, whereas USG is a measure of the density of the solution compared to that of the equal volume of distilled water, and is therefore determined by both the number and size of the particles in the solution. Samples were not collected on Sundays to avoid interfering with the routine of competition days. Urine samples were also collected immediately before each body composition measurement using the MFBIA instrument. Samples were frozen at negative 80 degrees Celsius until the analysis was performed within 8 weeks of collection. Urine analysis of frozen samples was consistent, plus or minus 2 M-OSM by U-OSM and 0.03 by USG. With fresh urine samples during trial testing indicating the freezing process did not alter the results. Previous research demonstrates stability of urine particles for urine analysis when samples were stored at negative 270 degrees Celsius for 22 weeks. U-OSM and USG were measured using the Fisk model 110 freezing point. Osmometer. Fisk Associates, Norwood, Massachusetts, USA, and the MISCO Digital